So we all know that AI is going to replace everything. It's going to replace, we're having quantum leaps in the capabilities of AI. And, let's say in 5 years, AI is going to replace 30 to 40% of everything that, we have now in this world. All the jobs, all the whatever, it's going to be replaced. Now, the question I want to ask you, and the question I want to help you answer is, if that's true, if AI is going to replace almost everything that we know as of today, what can you do about it? How can you safeguard yourself against this? And how can you potentially use this to your advantage to be the one who holds the marbles in this landscape of, ever-changing technology at a rapid and quantum pace? Now, there's two ways you can look at this. Number one, and let's say that this is an example, right? Telephones. When telephones first came out, right, there was landlines, there were telephone switchers, or I forget exactly what they were called, but basically, right, there were big circuits or whatever. I'm probably butchering, what this is, but the main idea still holds true. So there were like circuits, and then they would move one to the other. And very soon, right, as technology advanced, I think that was in the 50s, the 60s, as technology advanced, they were able to do that automatically. If I sound a little bit off, I'm sick, by the way. So that's something replaced by technology. That job is no more, right? There's none of those people now in the world. Now that's just one example, right? Let's look at, I don't know if I can give an example. I can give an example now though, because, I'm familiar with AI. I have an AI agency where we implement AI into people's businesses and help them smooth and transition with that good. But let's say for today, so a big AI that's not coming out, it's already came out, but a big AI that's constantly evolving and being implemented at a rapid pace is AI callers. And basically what they are, they act as your receptionist, right? These AIs are able to talk like a human. They're able to reference whatever they need to reference in your business to help, people who are calling into your business book a call, right? To book a consultation, book an estimate, anything like that. So that's just one area that it's going to look at. There's a whole bunch of graphs out there. There's a whole bunch of charts on what jobs are going to be replaced and how soon it's going to be. But realistically, you can't accurately say that. At the end of the day, nothing is going to be 100% replaced by AI, at least in the near future. When I say near future, let's say, 2 to 5 years. So in 2 to 5 years, right, a lot can change for you. And this is the goal that I want to help you along with, how you can basically safeguard so that you don't become obsolete and you don't possess something that AI can do better relatively easily. And so receptionist, for example, right? I think that is going to be automated very soon. The speed at which this technology is growing, right? Started in 2022, 2023. It was pretty bad. Well, not bad, it was still amazing for the technology, but for example, the first AI caller, Air.ai, basically it just worked as a workflow. So if A happened, B or C would happen, right? And then that kind of goes. Now the AI callers, you can just tell it a prompt, be like, you are Emma, dental receptionist. I want you to do this, this. And then knowledge bases, you can input your knowledge on the business. And so it works very autonomously. Now, a little bit off topic, a little bit off track, but basically, how can you safeguard yourself so this doesn't happen to you? And there's two ways to do this. Number one is that you possess skills that it would be so hard for AI to replace in the near future. And I'm telling you this now, AI is growing at such a rapid and unbelievable pace. Me, who's, studies AI every day, me who works with AI every day, I don't even know how fast this is going to be, to the point where almost everything's autonomous. But there's two ways you can do this, right? You can either have skills that AI will become very hard to replace. Think of your trades, right? Think of things that use your hands. So people are saying HVAC, and that's true, right? HVAC technicians, use their hands, HVAC technicians, electricians who have to be very fine with what they do, right? They have to know what they're doing, otherwise, not catastrophic consequences, but a lot of bad stuff can happen. So that's one way to do it. You go on skills and you become so good at something that AI cannot replace. Now, the second thing you can do, and this is the one I recommend because it's the most, potential for growth, is you learn AI, right? There's a saying, you're not going to be replaced by AI, you're going to be replaced by someone who uses AI. Now, that is true to some extent, right? And, that is true in itself, but there's different ways you can interpret it. Now, for me, myself, the way I interpret it is that you're going to be replaced by someone who basically implements this AI for someone, right? So not necessarily that there's just going to be an AI that, goes into a person's DMs and then automatically you get fired. That's not how it's going to work. You're going to have someone who knows how to use AI. You're going to help him, or you're going to get his help in implementing it. And then from there, right, then you will be replaced. You will be replaced by AI. And so that's how it works. Or two, you use AI to your advantage to help your job so much that what you can do is almost the same capacity as what an AI can do. So an example of this, and this is a real world example actually right now, but Meta's AI glasses, right? The Ray-Ban glasses. I saw an HVAC technician, and the reason I know so much about HVAC is because I started my AI agency targeting HVAC people. So I understand the challenges, I understand how they're implementing it, right? I understand a lot of this. And so the Ray-Ban glasses, he was using it to help him with the job. So he was asking AI what brand is this? He was asking AI what looks wrong here? Stuff like that. I don't know the fine details, but you kind of get the point, right? But he was using AI to his advantage to help him with his job. It wasn't AI doing his job, but it was AI helping him do his job. Now, at that point, especially if you can, blend the first thing with picking, trades, picking careers, picking skills that AI is going to have a hard time replacing in the near future, your advantage is going to be more than that of someone who just solely uses AI to do so. So really, those are your two options. You either learn something and become good at something that AI is going to be so hard to replace. I guess there's three options. Or number two, you learn AI and you learn AI to help you alongside your job. And three, you kind of blend the mix of those. Now, this is another thing I want to touch on. And this isn't as, convenient of a path. This isn't as practical of a path that most people like to take. Another thing you can do is learn AI to the point where you can implement this into people's businesses, right? Because like it or not, and you may have a bad outlook on this and saying, AI is going to be replacing people. I don't agree with that. All up to you. It's your morals. But at the end of the day, somebody's going to do it. It's, if you're a vegan, right, you're not eating meat. At the end of the day, there's 99 other people eating meat compared to you not doing it. Somebody is going to do it. And somebody is going, to implement that if you choose not to. And so that's another path you can go. That's a path I want to take. AI is going to be one of the highest leverage skills coming into, the future. It's already coming. And so it's really up to you what you want to do. But if you want to get ahead of this AI, you don't want to become obsolete, right? You have to do one of those three things. If you don't, then, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to have a very abundant future with success if you don't adapt, right? It's one of the people I follow. It's not how smart you are. It's not how hard you work. It's how much you adapt, right? This is the next internet. Internet changed the world forever. This is the next internet. You see it day by day. You have a supercomputer on your phone now, right? We went from the Macintosh, 1980s, to supercomputer on your phone in, 55 years, whatever that is, 45 years, whatever. But that's how you're going to do it. You have to do one of those four things or you're going to become obsolete. So with that being said, that is my 2 cents for the day. I work with AI, so I understand this. I see behind the scenes to more of an extent than most people do. So I'm giving my 2 cents there. But above all, that's my 2 cents for the day. See you guys tomorrow. If you want to follow along my journey, I'm documenting every single day of my life, just talking. I know I'll find my voice as I continue doing this. But you can follow me on Instagram if you're listening to the podcast. Follow the podcast. Listen to me on YouTube. Please subscribe. With all that being said, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one, and stay wise.